back, Awakening Beauties. So good to be with you today. If this is your first time joining me, I give you a hearty welcome. My name is Robin, and this channel is the intersection of fashion, beauty, health, and spirituality. And if that sounds like topics that you're interested in, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you back. I'm always trying to bring new content. I have had to take a little bit of a break over the past few weeks. I've done some traveling and life has just gotten a little bit chaotic, and I do work full-time. This is not my full-time job, so I do this out of the love in my heart. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is a friend of mine who commented on one of my previous videos. She was asking about what are your travel essentials for makeup? And as a matter of fact, I've taken a couple of 3 and 4 day trips recently. I went to an improv festival. If you don't know, I do improv comedy. So I was in an improv festival back in August. And then I took a long weekend trip up to visit my aunt up in Kentucky. And I said, well, that's a really good topic for a video. So I will talk about that because I have become a lot more minimal this past year. Yet last year I did a no-buy year, and I started dipping my toe into minimalism. And although I do not consider myself a minimalist, I do find that when I'm traveling now, I do find I am more minimal in what I'm bringing. So I said, that's a good idea for a video, Jennifer. And if you're watching, hey girl, hope we get to see each other in person soon. So I wanted to just share what are my beauty basics for makeup only, not skincare. I do keep it minimal with my skincare when I travel as well. But with my makeup, this is my makeup bag for when I travel now. And I got this off of Amazon, this makeup bag, and I really love it because it was very reasonably priced. Well, it wasn't very reasonably. It was medium priced, but for the price, it was $18.39. What I paid for it, I got it for 20% off. But I love it because from both sides, you can see what is in here. And they make multiple sizes of this bag, by the way. And so as you will see, I have plenty of room still in this bag for my makeup. So let me just show you what are my essentials for when I travel. Because I'm a girl that likes a full face of makeup. And I use a lot of products in my everyday life. But when I traveled, I found I need to keep it simple. I can't bring every single eyeshadow palette I have. And I don't even want to bring eyeshadow palettes because there's always the threat that they could get dropped or broken when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling by plane. I do just take a backpack with me and I put all my clothes and all my essentials right in there. I didn't check anything when I traveled by plane. But still, you know, there's always the chance you could drop your backpack when you're getting it down from the overhead or something. And I don't want another broken eyeshadow palette. So here are my essentials. So after I've done my skincare, which by the way, let me just talk about this bag as well. And I did not take this with me to Kentucky, although I did take this with me on my trip to Tampa where I was in the improv festival. And this was really great. So you've probably seen these bags before where they just open up like this. And so this is great. So I put like my skincare on this side and I put like my makeup on this side. I was able to take a little bit more with me to Tampa. So I did take this bag with me. So this is great. If you've been wondering about these cases, this one was very inexpensive and I think very good quality. I'm really liking this and it will definitely become a travel essential for me now when I travel. But when I went to Kentucky, this is what I brought, and I had another little bag that had my skincare in it. And so here are my essentials. Now, after I've done my skincare routine, I do use a little poreless face primer from Ulta, just in these areas where my pores are a little bit bigger. So this is kind of step one. And then I'll do my eyeshadow primer. And I like the one from Milani. It's very inexpensive and I find it works really good for me. And then I've started using this Tula Rose Glow and Get It. It's a cooling brightening eye balm, and I use this right before I'm putting on my makeup just to give myself a little bit of extra moisture under my eyes because my eyes are very dry, and especially when you're up north where the climate is drier. So that is another essential. I don't take an eyeshadow palette, like I said. The one thing that I took with me, this Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, and the color Oyster Pearl. And I love this. I've had this for over a year now, approaching 2 years, and I use it on a very consistent basis. I'm wearing it right now. It's what I have on my eyes right now. And I mean, there's still so much in the pot. It has not dried out. It is still creamy. It goes on creamy, and you have time to work with it. And I just like a one and done type of look. And so I put it on. Well, I'll go ahead and share my makeup brush. This is also an essential. This is a case for my makeup brushes, and I just love it because you can sit it right on your countertop, and the top folds down like this, and then you have your makeup brushes just standing up like that. So I'll put it on with a brush like this. This is the A505 from BK Beauty, and then I'll take this brush and just kind of shear it out at the top of my eyes. I did skip a step, so let me back up. When I do my eyeshadow primer, after I do my eyeshadow primer, this is the only powder that I take with me. And so I do powder my eyelids to just kind of set that eyeshadow primer and prep for the Eyes to Mesmerize to go on after it. So I'll just take a brush, a little makeup brush like this, tap, 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 and then I'll just tap it over my eyelids and to prepare my eyes. So this is the one powder I take with me. It's small and compact. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish from Charlotte Tilbury. And I use this to also set my makeup at the end. And so I'll talk about that at the end. I also only wanted to take one eyeliner. And this is an eyeliner that I have discovered over the past few months that I'm loving, 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 loving. I'm so glad I discovered this brand. It's from a brand called Judy Doll, and it's a liquid eyeliner. And I have it in both black and brown. And so I took the brown with me, and it's what I'm wearing right now on my eyes. It has the thinnest tip, as you'll see. It has the thinnest tip, and I can get such a thin line. If I want to make it thicker, I can, but I prefer to keep it thin. After that, I do my eyebrows, and I just wanted to take one eyebrow product, and so I like this one from e.l.f., the Ultra Precision Brow Pencil. And it's what everything that I'm showing you actually right now, I don't even need to keep saying it, is what I'm wearing right now on my face, because when I got ready, I just used these products and put them back in this case. Then I do my eyebrows, one eyebrow product max. And then I don't want to risk a liquid foundation spilling or leaking some way. So I took my Bosma foundation stick, and I've been loving this all summer long. It's been great. It's such a nice foundation stick. It's not greasy. It's creamy, but it dries down sort of powdery. I will take this and apply it. Either you can apply it with a sponge, and that's the other thing that's nice about this makeup brush holder, is that I can also put a sponge down in there and maybe a couple other products I can keep inside of here. But I use this foundation brush from Hourglass that I really love. It kind of mimics a sponge in the way that it works. So then I apply my foundation, and you know, if you haven't tried this from Bosma, this foundation stick, I feel like it's really underrated. I haven't heard enough people talking about this. I really love this foundation stick. It's been, and I have dry skin, and you know, sometimes they can be, I've had ones that have been too creamy, but not this one. This one is just kind of perfect. It's like it's the Goldilocks of foundation sticks. Of all the ones I've tried in the past, I love this one the most. And then I do bring two kind of concealer products. I've been using the Milani Conceal and Perfect Under Eye Brightener. This is in the color Melon. This is because, especially when I'm traveling, you know, when you're traveling, you're not getting maybe as much sleep, and I want to kind of counteract some of the blue under my eyes and in the inner corner of my eyes. So I'll use this and then let that dry down. I'll use my Angie Hot and Flashy Kitten Paw A506 for that. And then also, I took this concealer with me. This has been one of my favorite concealers all year. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer, and it's a brush concealer, and it's a click pen. And I don't want to click it because I don't want product coming up through the brush. But this has been one of my favorite concealer products all year long, and I've consistently been using it. And so I'll just brush it on the inner corner and kind of the outer and let it dry just for like 30 seconds and just to dry down a little bit, and then pat, 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 and then I'm done. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to spread it around too much. Just real light layer. Just keep it simple. And again, because I've broken blush compacts before, I always take a liquid blush with me or a cream blush with me. And this is the one from Rare Beauty in the color Hope. A little goes a long way. What I do, especially when I'm traveling, is I'll just like kind of brush it off the edge right there and just do one little dot. And that's all I need for one side, and that'll kind of even carry it over to another side. And I love this BK Beauty 109 brush, and it's a small angled brush, and it works just perfectly for working that in. And so yeah, this is the blush I'm wearing. It's the one I took with me on my trip. And then this isn't a necessary thing to do, but I do like to add a little bit of glow, a little bit of color back into my skin. So I take the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer with me and just do a little swiping on the cheeks, just under the cheeks here, maybe a little bit over my nose, just a little bit above the hairline, along the jawline, and then I'm done. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to look like, you know, I've got hard lines. It's a very subtle thing, but it does add just a little bit of color and like you've been in the sun a little bit, little sun-kissed look, and a little health back into your face. And then at the end, and I'll go in again with this Charlotte Tilbury Airless brush. As you can see, I've hit pan. I use this very religiously. So when I'm traveling, this is great. I don't take a big loose powder with me because that can get kind of messy. And this is the only compact I will bring, in fact, and thankfully it hasn't broken and it seems pretty firm and like it's not going to break. But then I'll just tap, tap, tap with a small fluffy brush and make sure I pat down my eyes, make sure any creases are patted out, and then I'll just go around. And in fact, let me go ahead and, in these lights, I look a little shinier than I actually am in real life, but this does make your skin look airbrushed. This is such a good powder. I really like this powder. I'm sure there are less expensive ones that would work almost as good. But I don't have any to recommend because I haven't tried any drugstore ones in a long, long time. And then I do take a little bit of setting spray. I decant it into a small spray bottle, which I put with my skincare products, and then I always bring setting spray. No matter what, I will bring a setting spray. So I do a little setting spray. And then once my skin has dried down, I'll do my mascara. And I've been taking this one with me a lot when I travel. It's the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. And I just really like this mascara. It's kind of lengthening. It doesn't give like a ton of volume, but it does give volume. But it's definitely lengthening and spreads your lashes. It doesn't flake on me throughout the day. It's easy to remove at night. And that's another thing that I look for, makeup, things that are gonna be easy to remove, because I'm not bringing a lot of my skincare. I'm not bringing all my cleansers with me. I might bring one cleanser with me. So I need to make sure I can get most of the product off at night. So this washes off fairly easily. So I've really enjoyed this. I've been trying so many mascaras this year. I've probably tried 8 different new to me mascaras this year, and this has come up on top pretty much. And I'm sure I'll do a roundup at the end of the year of all the mascaras I've tried this year and which ones I've liked the best and why. But this is definitely coming out on top, and it's so affordable, you know, so great product. Now, the thing I do bring multiples of, like I only brought one of each thing, right? But the things I do bring multiple of are lip liners, because with lip liners, you can get so many different looks depending on your lip liner, because I like to not only line my lip, but fill in my lip with the color. So these two from e.l.f. are really good. They sell them at Walmart. They're only like $2 or $3 at Walmart. Incredible. And then I like the Line Loud from NYX. That formula is really good too. So these, I used this one today. I never remember the names because they don't put the names. No, they don't put the names on the stick. I guess that's how they can give it to you at $2. And I brought one lipstick, which works with all 3 of these lip liners, by the way. It's just a neutral. It's matte. It's the color Cherish. It's just a very neutral nude color. It's what I'm wearing on my lips, like I said. And then I bring one lip gloss, and I brought this one from Rare Beauty. This is one of my favorite lip glosses from Rare Beauty. It's called Nearly Neutral, and it's just a nice kind of brownie neutral color, and it just gives a lot of shine, and it stays on pretty good. Like, it lasts for a while. So that is my essentials when I travel. And compared to the things that I used to take and all the makeup I used to take when I traveled, this is a very condensed, concise, minimalist, but very effective makeup routine. And it's easy, it's quick, I can get it done in less than 10 minutes. And that's important when you're traveling, to be able to get out the door and do what you're doing, and not just be spending so much time trying to get ready. If you have any questions or comments about these products, please leave them below. I love reading your comments. And again, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you think of anybody who might enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you could share this video with people, because the algorithm is tough, man. It's tough out here in this YouTube world trying to get people to discover my channel. And the greatest thing that you can do to help me, if you've enjoyed this content and appreciate the time that I put into it, is to give it a like. That is the best way that you can help support this channel, is by liking this video, and I would really appreciate that. Well, until next time, thanks again so much for your time. And you know what? You're doing great.